Uh, Quite clear, really, because it's laid down in the Constitution, and I have my areas to deal with, which are external affairs, defence, internal security, including the police, and a number of appointments that I do, and then everything else really is the government of Gibraltar. But throughout the Constitution, there are references to me needing to consult the Chief Minister, and the Chief Minister to consult me. So we must speak, probably about 5 times a day, one and another, to make sure that we are synchronised.
And are these conversations organic? Do you sometimes perhaps discuss matters outside your own respective remits?
Well, absolutely. I mean, I think, it's perfectly reasonable for the Chief Minister to have a view on certain defence matters. And equally, if I think we can help on some of the issues that he is dealing with, particularly on treaty implementation, I mean, for example, matters to do with the entry and exit system, I suppose you could argue that is security, but equally customs, perhaps, which is not my area. But through working with His Majesty's government in Whitehall, that we can help here in the convent get the Chief Minister what he needs, the assistance that he needs. So it's very sort of symbiotic relationship.
Are there times when you disagree?
We have not had a disagreement to my knowledge. I think that's not to say that in the course of conversation, one might not put an alternative view, and likewise he does with me. But I mean, that's just normal business.
Let's talk about Gibraltar as a whole and its position in a changing world. We sit at the entrance of the Med. There's war in Europe. There's war in the Middle East, and increasing competition between major powers. Has Gibraltar's strategic importance changed at all?
I think it's been maintained. I think when you think about Gibraltar historically, I mean, there has been perpetual conflict. I think just in terms of what we've seen perhaps for the last sort of 60, 70 years, it's been an unusual period of peace, but that's not to say that there haven't been conflicts. So absolutely important as it's ever been. I think perhaps what's changed is that conflict quite often is below the threshold of warfare. And of course, in Ukraine, we see absolute conflict, but elsewhere in Europe, perhaps some of our adversaries are trying to perhaps attack more our way of life than life itself. But equally, there's a great risk in miscalculation. And as we can see in Ukraine, a very significant campaign being waged against the people of Ukraine.
What would you say is the biggest sort of external threat to Gibraltar? Is it instability, terrorism, cyber attack? Where do our priorities lie in terms of security?
I think we take a multi-domain approach. So the 5 domains are land, maritime, air, cyber, and space. So we need to make sure we're defending against all those areas. In terms of Gibraltar itself, I think there are wider threats as well. There's potentially a threat to the economy if a significant sort of cyber attack, or perhaps economic crime undermining people's confidence in Gibraltar. So I think these days there are multiple threats, and there could be threats to critical national infrastructure as well. But these aren't sort of peculiar to Gibraltar. They're what UK and what all of Europe faces, and more widely. So it's a matter of monitoring and maintaining vigilance across all fronts, really.